Curiosity, the driving force of growth. Have you ever stopped to wonder what truly fuels growth? What makes some people rise above challenges, adapt to change, and continually evolve, while others remain stuck? Many believe the answer lies in intelligence, in talent, or even in luck. But in reality, the secret ingredient is something far more accessible, something all of us are born with. That ingredient is curiosity. Curiosity is the quiet force that drives exploration, discovery, and transformation. It is the invisible hand that has guided every leap humanity has ever taken. From the first time a human struck stones together to create fire to the groundbreaking discoveries of modern science, curiosity has been the spark. And it is not only the force behind human civilization as a whole, but also the driving force of individual growth. In this video, we're going to explore curiosity from every angle, why it matters, how it shapes our lives, how it has influenced history, the ways it transforms relationships, careers, and personal well-being, and most importantly, how you can reignite and harness curiosity in your own life to unlock new levels of growth. Let's begin at the very start, our childhood. When you think back to being a child, what do you remember most? Chances are you remember a world filled with questions. Why is the sky blue? Why do cats purr? Why does the moon follow me when I walk? Children are natural explorers. They approach life with a sense of wonder, constantly searching for answers. Every day is an adventure because everything is new. But somewhere along the way, that relentless questioning fades. Society teaches us to follow rules, to memorize instead of explore, to accept rather than to challenge. Schools often prioritize correct answers over thoughtful questions. Workplaces emphasize efficiency over curiosity. And slowly we lose touch with one of the most powerful tools we have for growth. Yet curiosity is not something we ever fully lose. It is always there, waiting for us to reignite it. And when we do, it transforms the way we see and engage with the world. Curiosity does more than satisfy idle questions. It reshapes the very fabric of how we grow. Let's break this down. First, curiosity expands perspective. When you are curious, you see beyond the surface. You look deeper into problems, situations, and people. Instead of accepting things at face value, you wonder what lies beneath. This shift allows you to find solutions others overlook, to uncover insights that would remain hidden without curiosity's guiding light. Second, curiosity drives resilience. Challenges no longer appear as immovable obstacles, but as puzzles waiting to be solved. When you're curious, setbacks spark questions rather than despair. Instead of asking, "Why me?" you ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I approach it differently?" This mental shift changes how you face adversity. Third, curiosity fuels innovation. Every breakthrough, every discovery, every invention began with someone daring to ask a question others ignored. Curiosity makes us challenge assumptions and imagine alternatives. It pushes us to experiment, to test, and to fail forward until we arrive at something extraordinary. Think about Einstein. He once said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." Coming from one of the most celebrated geniuses in history, this statement is profound. What he meant was that intelligence alone doesn't drive discovery. It is the act of relentless questioning, the hunger to know, to test, to explore, that opens the door to brilliance. History offers countless stories that highlight curiosity's role as the foundation of progress. Take Isaac Newton. One ordinary day, an apple fell from a tree. Most people would simply shrug and move on. But Newton asked why. Why does the apple fall straight down? Why doesn't it float or move sideways? That single question birthed the theory of gravity, reshaping humanity's understanding of the universe. Or consider Marie Curie. Surrounded by skepticism and social barriers, she pursued her fascination with radiation. Her questions defied the limits of her time. Her relentless pursuit led to the discovery of new elements and opened entire fields of medical science. Her story shows how curiosity is not just about knowledge, it's about courage. And then there's Steve Jobs. When others saw computers as cold machines for business and data, he asked, what if they could also be beautiful? What if they could be intuitive? That curiosity led to products that transformed entire industries, merging technology with art. From the scientist in the lab to the philosopher in deep thought to the entrepreneur in a garage, the pattern is the same. Progress begins with curiosity. But let's zoom into everyday life because curiosity isn't reserved for the famous or the brilliant. It plays an equally important role in your personal growth. Think about relationships. At the core of human connection is curiosity. When you meet someone new and ask about their life, their experiences, and their dreams, you go beyond surface interactions. You build depth, trust, and understanding. A curious mind doesn't just hear, it listens. It seeks to know the story behind the person, and in doing so, relationships flourish. In careers, curiosity is equally vital. The modern world is changing rapidly. Technology evolves. Industries shift. Skills that were valuable yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow. Curiosity is what keeps you adaptable. Instead of resisting change, you explore it. Instead of clinging to old knowledge, you hunger for new skills. Curiosity makes you resilient in the face of uncertainty, turning career shifts into opportunities rather than threats. Even in moments of personal failure, curiosity can be the difference between growth and stagnation. Many people see failure as an endpoint, but a curious mind reframes it as a question. What went wrong? What can I learn? What can I do differently next time? In that way, curiosity transforms failure into a stepping stone on the path of progress. Yet, despite its power, curiosity is often suppressed. Society, in many ways, teaches us to fear it. We are told not to ask too many questions. We are told to respect authority without challenging it. We are told to focus on productivity, efficiency, and conformity. Over time, this conditioning convinces us that curiosity is dangerous, wasteful, or childish. But the truth is, fear is curiosity's greatest enemy. Fear of looking foolish, fear of failing, fear of rejection. These fears silence questions before they are ever asked, and with fewer questions, growth stalls. If you want to grow, you must learn to silence fear, not curiosity. You must be willing to look foolish at times, because often the greatest discoveries begin with the simplest, even silliest questions. So how can you reignite curiosity in your daily life? Let's explore some powerful strategies. First, ask more why questions. Children grow because they never stop asking why. You can do the same. Don't settle for surface-level explanations. If something interests you, follow the thread. Dig deeper. Ask why until the picture becomes clear. Second, read widely. Curiosity thrives on variety. Don't limit yourself to a single subject or field. Read about history, philosophy, science, art, or cultures different from your own. Each new perspective fuels your understanding and widens your horizons. Third, engage with people unlike yourself. Every person you meet is a living library of experiences you don't have. By asking questions and listening deeply, you not only expand your knowledge but also cultivate empathy. Fourth, experiment freely. Try new hobbies, explore new foods, learn new skills. Curiosity is action-oriented. It thrives not just on asking but on doing. When you experiment, you invite curiosity into your life. Fifth, embrace failure as data. Instead of avoiding mistakes, view them as lessons. Ask, what can I learn here? What did this outcome teach me? Every failure contains information, and curiosity helps you uncover it. Finally, give yourself permission to wonder. Too often we rush through life without pausing to ask questions. Slow down, notice details, be present enough to ask the little questions that open the door to big insights. Now let's go deeper. Curiosity doesn't just help us grow intellectually or professionally, it also transforms us emotionally and psychologically. Studies in psychology reveal that curious people experience greater life satisfaction. Why? Because curiosity brings engagement. When you're curious, you are present in the moment. You immerse yourself in learning, in conversation, in exploration. This engagement creates a sense of vitality, meaning, and fulfillment. Curiosity also strengthens relationships. People who are curious are more empathetic, more understanding, and more open-minded. They ask questions instead of making assumptions. They listen without judgment. As a result, their connections are deeper and more authentic. On a biological level, curiosity even impacts the brain. Neuroscience shows that when we are curious, the brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical. This not only makes learning more enjoyable, but also helps us remember information more effectively. In other words, curiosity literally rewires the brain for growth. To make this practical, let me give you a challenge. For the next 7 days, write down one question every day that you don't know the answer to. It could be something about science, history, people, or even yourself. Then spend at least 10 minutes seeking the answer. At the end of the week, you'll notice a change. You'll realize curiosity doesn't just add knowledge, it shifts how you see the world. Instead of walking through life on autopilot, you'll notice details, patterns, and possibilities. Over time, this simple practice compounds. It fuels growth in your thinking, your relationships, your career, and your sense of purpose. So, let's bring everything together. Growth doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from daring to ask better questions. Curiosity is not just a trait. It's a mindset, a practice, and a way of life. It expands your perspective. It builds resilience. It fuels innovation. It strengthens relationships. It brings fulfillment. When you stay curious, you keep learning. When you keep learning, you keep growing. And growth is what allows you to create a life filled with meaning, impact, and endless possibility. So the next time you feel stuck, uninspired, or uncertain, don't ask, "What should I do?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn? What questions have I not asked yet?" Because it is not the answers that push us forward, but the courage to keep questioning. If this video sparked your curiosity, don't let it end here. Stay curious, keep asking, keep growing, and if you found value in this, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the ideas that shape our lives. Curiosity isn't just the driving force of growth. It is the driving force of a better you.